Hey everyone, it's me, Brother JD, and I'm sitting here with Brother Richard. We just want to say hello. We miss you, we love you, and we've been praying for you. Obviously, you know that there's a crisis going on in our world right now, so we're not going to bore you with all that news. You can just turn on the TV, turn to the news channel, and you can figure it out on your own. However, the crisis we've been dealing with is how are we going to communicate effectively to the junior high and the high school during this time? So we had two choices. We could go Facebook Live or some other media platform where you could watch us ramble and talk, or we could do a Zoom conference where it could be interactive, where we could see you and you could see us and you can ask us questions about what we're actually talking about. So naturally, we decided to go with the Zoom. It's going to be better for us, it's going to be better for you, and it's going to allow us to grow during this time. So on April 3rd at 6 p.m., that's when we're going to launch our live Zoom conference.
Sure. And in that Zoom conference, Brother JD is not just going to teach to the junior hires, and I'm not just going to teach to the senior hires. We're both going to actually open up God's Word together in here, and we're going to take it as a different approach, but this is a different situation than we're at. So mark your calendars, April the 3rd at 6 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Yep. But that's not the only thing that we've been thinking about. For a long time, my wife, and I know Brother Richard's wife, have really been trying to figure out how they could effectively witness and just have a cool time with the ladies. So we came up with the idea of a baking show. It's going to be called Baking with Jess and Becca. And it's going to be really awesome because the camera is actually going to go live Zoom conference into Richard's home and into my home. And it's going to be super awesome. You're not going to want to miss it. Anything you can think of. They're going to be baking muffins, cookies, cakes.
And if you love Miss Rebecca's cookies, she'll give you her secret recipe for that. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to be fun. So be sure to mark your calendars on April the 6th. And we'll give more details on that first Zoom conversation that we're going to have on April the 3rd at 6 p.m.
But that's not it. There's more. We want to make a competition out of this.
Yeah.
We thought of an awesome competition, and the prizes are also going to, you guessed it, going to be announced April 3rd at 6 p.m. for our first Zoom conference. You don't want to miss that either, because these prizes, we're not holding back. Brother Richard and I have decided that since this whole quarantine has affected so much, these prizes are going to be something that you really want to have. So not only do you get to tune in, you get to listen to God's Word, you get to strengthen your walk with God, but you can also win something too. So you're not going to want to miss any of these things that we have going for you. But before we go, we want to show you the video that we showed at the youth rally. Just stand. Because even in a time when you're quarantined and cooped up, you can still stand for what's right in God's Word.
Remember, we love you, we miss you, and we're praying for you.
The world will pressure you to move. Take my friend Joe Christian here, for example. People have tried to get him to move. Culture has tried to get him to move. But Joe Christian made a decision and keeps making the decision not to move. He decided that he was going to stand for right, regardless for what his friends or family or teachers or celebrities or the culture. Now, don't get me wrong, it hasn't been easy. Doing right, no matter what, is not easy. You good, Joe? My man. No, standing for right is not always easy. But Joe isn't standing in his own power. Rather, he has grasped the truth of Psalm 62:6. You should look it up. Your friends don't need another person in their lives that lives like a sinner. Our world doesn't need more Christians that move with the changing culture. No. Our world needs teenagers who are willing to stand for right no matter what. Teens who are willing to read their Bibles and believe their Bibles. Teens who are willing to dress right and talk right and act right. Teens who are faithful to church and obedient to their parents. Teens who are respectful. Teens who listen to right music. Teens who don't let their emotions rule their lives but let the truth of God's Word rule them. Teens who don't chase every new fad, but rather find stability in God's timeless truth. How about you? Will you choose to stand? Will you look the sinful culture and your own sinful desires in the eye and say, by God's grace, no matter the odds or consequences, no matter who tells me to move, I will plant myself on the truth of God's Word and tell the whole world, no, you move. I choose to stand.